What's up guys, it's CJ from smartkeitai.com. Today we're checking out BukuTech's Magnetyze charging system for the Samsung Galaxy S4 Android smartphone. If you recall, I actually took a brief look at Magnetyze at CES in the past, but now I have the product in hand for review to offer some thoughts and impressions after regular use. Be sure to hit the link in the description below for even more details including pricing, availability, device support, and our final rating. So what we have here are two Magnetyze cases. For the Galaxy S4, we've got the premium protective case over here and the protective flip cover over there. Now, these aren't your ordinary smartphone cases. Magnetyze cases will, of course, protect your smartphone, but they also feature a built-in magnetic connector for added convenience when charging. Basically, the magnetic connector enables you to very easily charge the phone through the case with various magnetic accessories, like this included quick connect cable, as you can see here. You just bring the cable close to the case and it will guide and attach itself through magnets, and then bam, it instantly starts charging. So no more fumbling with the micro USB port and cable. You know how it is. Sometimes you might be trying to plug it in and you go and you might plug it in the wrong way, then you have to flip it over. It gets pretty annoying sometimes, especially late at night when you're going to bed and it's dark. You might even have trouble finding the port itself. So with Magnetyze, that eliminates all the fuss. You just drop or pick up and go. So very convenient. Now Magnetyze consists of a whole ecosystem of wireless charging products. So along with this cable, you can also get a wall charger, as you can see here. You can also get the mobile battery for extending battery life. And there's also a desktop stand, a car dock, and charging discs. So if you want to cover your bases from home to car to office, you can do that with various types of accessories. Unfortunately, I don't have all the available charging accessories to show, but in this video, I'll be covering the two cases, magnetic cable, the wall charger, and mobile battery. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's first take a look at the premium protective case. This is probably my favorite of the two styles I'll be looking at today. So we have a two-piece shock absorbent case, and you can see here's the bumper and then here's the rear piece. So we're going to put it together so we can take a closer look. So you just take your Galaxy S4 and then you slide it in to the larger piece. You can see that there's a adapter for the micro USB port. You want to make sure you align that with the port and push it in, and then that gives you access to a micro USB port. So even though you'll be using the magnetic connector, you can still have the option to use the port if you need to. I really like this feature because I've used similar products in the past that provided a wireless charging case, but they took away your micro USB port, so that was a little bit inconvenient when you needed to access that. So best of both worlds with the Magnetyze case. So let's put the bumper on now. Just want to snap it on here. Oops. Try that again. There we go. So just go around and snap the case into position. So there we go. Now we have our premium protective case wrapped around the Galaxy S4. Very nice. So let's take a closer look. Take a look at the front of the device here. You can see it wraps around and hugs the outer edges of the Galaxy S4. Now you can see at the bottom it adds a little bit extra thickness down here, and that's for the access to the micro USB port, so that's not too bad. It doesn't look too bad if you look at it here. See? It's kind of subtle. And we'll go ahead and take a look around here. As you can see, we have cutouts for all your ports and access points. So we have our microphone down here. We talked about the micro USB port over here. Along the top we have a cutout for your infrared blaster. And then you have another microphone cutout, and then access to the 3.5mm headphone jack. Around the back we have a nice big cutout for your camera and the LED flash. And down here you have one for your external speaker. So while we're back here, let's take a look at the design. So you have this sort of this glossy finish with a matrix pattern. I kind of like it, but it's the only style they offer for the premium case. So if you don't like it, you're kind of out of luck. They do offer a standard protective case, which is more plain and simple, just black, and I believe it's matte black. So we have our magnetic connector right there, if you want to get a close look at that. And a Magnetyze branding right below that. So this is the back. I'd say it feels pretty good in hand. It's not slippery. I know without the case, the Galaxy S4 is very, very slippery. So I know I'd put it on a table and sometimes it would just slide right off if it's a glass table. But with the case, it seems to help with grip in hand and also on surfaces. So let's move over to the sides and you'll see that the buttons that don't actually have cutouts. So here we go with the volume up and down rocker. They actually have built-in buttons. Now this was initially going to be a concern for me when I first saw the product out of the box before actually testing it, because a lot of case manufacturers, when they have these kind of cases that wrap around the full body and they build in their own buttons, it usually doesn't function too well. Sometimes the buttons aren't too responsive because they can't really interact with the phone's actual buttons too well, but I'm happy to report with the Magnetyze case, these buttons work great. They work on first tap. So here's the power button. Let's go ahead and push it, and you can see it turns the device on right away. So we'll also press the volume down and volume up, down, down, up, up, and then turn it off. See, so very responsive. I like these buttons. They work very well. Probably some of the best I've used on cases, the built-in buttons, that is. All right, so let's take a look at the charging now. So I've got the quick connect cable right here. It's included with each case. You can get a close look at that. Flip it over, and that's where you connect it. So let's go ahead and do it like this. Bam. So you can see it stays on the phone, it stays attached, so you don't have to worry about it disconnecting at all. And you can see it moves around and still charges. Let's try that again. You can see it charging right there. So very cool and super convenient. Like I said before, you don't have to worry about fumbling with a micro USB port. Just slap that on and you're good to go. Now I'll be taking a look at some of the other accessories a little bit later in this video, but I just wanted to show you how this works, how easy it is. You can just drop it on, no problem. Now if you have the entire ecosystem of products, I imagine it's very, very convenient to walk around your house, go to your office, in your car, and just drop your phone with the case on, just like that, and you're good to go. And next up is the protective flip cover. Now this one is the blue cover. There's also a white cover for those of you who have the white Galaxy S4. That would probably nice up matchly. I have the darker one for normal use, so I went with the blue cover here. Now this case is a little bit different than the premium case in that the premium case is probably more for people who want overall protection while still having quick access to the display. The flip cover adds a little bit more protection because it keeps the screen safe from scratches, as you can see with the foldable cover here. It also works differently in how you put it together. With the premium case you had that little micro USB adapter piece. This one doesn't have that, and that's because you just completely replace your battery door with this case. So let's pop this off, and we'll go ahead and pop it on, and we're good to go. So you can see it keeps a decent tight seal there. I don't think you have to worry about things getting in there, as it just replaces the battery door completely. So let's take a look around here. So we have the front of the cover. It feels very nice. Feels like a premium case. Also looks kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that, but it has this sort of like a shiny look to it. And let's flip it open. We've got this nice soft plush lining, so it keeps your screen nice and protected there. You also have this little indentation here for the home button, so you don't have to worry about the button being pressed or damaging the button in any way. So that's very thoughtful of Buku Tech in the design. You also have access to the earpiece speaker, so you can use your phone like this, or you can open it up and use it like this on the call, or of course when you're accessing the screen. So let's take a look around the cover now. So you can see you have an exposed side over here, access to your power button. I believe this little cutout is so you can remove the case easier, and it does help. Along the top you have access to your IR blaster, a microphone, and 3.5mm headphone jack. And along the left side it's actually the binding, so you get a little more protection on this side. And on the bottom your microphone and access to the micro USB port. So just like the premium case, you have access to both the micro USB port and the magnetic connector. So along the back we have a cutout for the camera and the LED flash. There's your magnetic connector and the logo, and then down here you have access to your exterior speaker. Now the back is sort of a nice soft touch rubberized material. Feels pretty good. It's not slippery or anything. Adds some nice grip. Feels good in hand. And since you're replacing your battery door, you don't really add much thickness. It looks very, very thin here, as you can see. Let's go ahead and bring in the other Galaxy S4 here for comparison. So you can see thickness isn't really affected too much. But now you get great protection as well as the convenience of magnetic charging. Speaking of, let's go ahead and bring in the magnetic connector here. Of course, this is included with this case as well. Drop it down, and you can see you have placed the device within range and now charging wirelessly. So technically, I know there's a cord here, but I still consider it wireless charging because you can see there you don't have to plug anything in. Very convenient, like I've been saying throughout this video. And you can see it charging up there. Now one very important thing I want to note here is the magnetic charger offers full speed charging, so you don't lose any speed at all when you're using this charging method. It's the same as if you're using your micro USB port. Unlike the other products out there like the Qi wireless standard products, you actually lose speed when you charge with those methods, so you'll have to charge your device for longer just for the added convenience of wireless charging. With this you do not lose any speed at all, so it has an advantage there. So let's take another look at the quick connect cable. Here's the other end of it. You can see it's just a standard USB. You want to plug that into your laptop, computer, or you can plug it into your power brick that came with your phone, as I'm doing now. Finally, let's take a look at some other Magnetyze accessories. I'll start with the wall charger. And if you flip it over, you pop out your prongs and you plug it into the wall, and then you can place your phone onto the magnetic connector and it'll start charging. And it'll also stay in place with the magnet. So you can have it in the wall, your phone will stay like that. I'll demo it with actual power in a second, but let's take a look down here. You can see you have a standard USB port here, so you can still charge other devices with this. So let's plug it in here. Let's pretend this extension cord is a wall, and we'll take the premium case, and it starts charging, as you can see, and it stays on the wall charger. You can also flip it over like this. Maybe you want to keep the screen on while it's charging and have a clock there. That'd be kind of cool. Probably have to find an app for that. So you can see it rotates very easily. Now let's do that with the flip cover. Same thing here. You can rotate it however you want. You want to have it upside down for whatever reason, you can do that. And you can see it's charging. Let's move on to the mobile battery. It's basically a mini power pack, so you don't have to have access to a computer or a wall outlet to charge your phone. You just slap it on to your phone and then it begins charging. So it transfers the juice from the mobile battery to the battery in your phone. Now I believe it has a capacity of 1800 milliamp hours, so it'll give you plenty of hours. I believe Buku Tech says that it'll give you an extra 8 hours of use, so not bad. And if you need to charge the mobile battery. You can do it through another Magnetyze product if you want, or you can use the micro USB port. Let's take a look over here. Micro USB port on the side. It also has a standard USB port, so you can charge other devices. So that's kind of cool that they included that feature. You can check the status of the amount of battery you have left in here. So you can see you have 4 LED indicator lights. So let's try that with the flip cover as well. And it works without any cords or anything like that. So you can just slap it on when you're running low, and you can begin using your phone however you want. So not a bad accessory to have for emergency situations, power outages, things like that. And it's pretty compact and gives you a decent amount of juice. So this was a look at the Magnetyze charging system from Buku Tech. Magnetyze is currently available for the Galaxy S4, Galaxy S3, iPhone 4 and 4S, and iPhone 5 and 5S. You can buy it from Magnetyze.com and Amazon.com. Again, I'll have all the details on smartkeitai.com. The link will be in the description below. That's it for this video, but if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Thanks for watching.